welcome back to my channel, LovedHappy. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and I'm so glad to have you here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some rare biblical girl names that I actually really love and would love to use on future children of mine. I think I have about 6 other baby name videos, so I'll make sure to link the playlist down in the comments because I think you will love those names too. Here on my channel, I love to share my journey with you as I grow with Christ to hopefully encourage you so we can grow together, so that we can really become the people that God has made us to be as we live in union with Him. So I would absolutely love to have you stick around by subscribing to my channel. I'm also a mom and I share on motherhood a lot as well. So if you want to be encouraged on your walk with Christ and in your journey of motherhood, I would love to have you stick around. In this video today, I will be sharing the meaning of the name and the significance of them, as well as how popular they are in 2018. I personally included names that I really like. There's so many unusual biblical names that I'm not drawn to at all, that just are a little bit too ancient sounding or a little bit strange. This list includes names that sound more modern to me, but also some that are a bit eccentric as well. So I really hope that you enjoy. If you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Okay, the first name is Eliel. I think this name is gorgeous. I personally have a daughter named Eliel, and I really like the sounds of the L's and the laws and that sort of thing. So that name means devoted or belonging to God, which is amazing. I can't believe this name isn't more popular. It's ranked 3091. But holy moly, I just love that name. It makes me think of Leah, which is a more popular biblical name, but Eliel, that is just so gorgeous and it's so short and simple. It is only mentioned once in the Bible, but I love that it means belonging to God. That's such a beautiful name. The next name that I have on my list is Mariah. If you've seen some of my other lists, you know that I'm a big fan of the name Mariah, but my husband wasn't as much. But Mariah, I think Mariah has a strength to it. It has an elegance and a kind of worldly feel to it. What it means is Jehovah has promised, and Mariah was one of the descendants of Aaron, and it's commonly used as the name of priest. I feel like it's kind of some more familiar names slightly combined. Even though you don't hear that name that much, it's just a gorgeous name. Okay, the next name I like is actually a masculine name, but to me it sounds much more feminine, and that name is Jada. Jade is a much more common name, which is a stone, and that's actually Spanish, but Jada, even though it's a masculine name, I think it's beautiful for a girl, and it's Hebrew. I don't know how to speak Hebrew, but it's from Yada or something like that, and it means he knows, wise, or knowing. Wisdom is so invaluable in life, and I think having a name that references wisdom is certainly something that is awesome. So Jada was actually the son of Onan in 1 Chronicles, and it ranks in the place of 757, so not super popular at all, but a super beautiful name. Many names that end with A we associate being more feminine, so that's probably why I think this is a more feminine name, but I think that would be a great name for your daughter. Okay, this one is kind of like the first one, but that is Eliel, and it means my God is God. That ranks in place 1167. Again, I have an Elia. I'm just a fan of the sound of those names, but these are much less common. So the first one was Lael, and this one is Eliel. I have other names, don't worry, hang with me if you're not a fan of those, but I personally think those are both 2 gorgeous names. The next one I have is Olive. This one is more quirky, more modern sounding. It ranks 270, so it's not completely rare, but it's definitely not super duper common. And Jesus actually ascended to heaven on the Mount of Olives. He would also gather his disciples on the Mount of Olives to pray. The whole symbol of the dove with the olive branch in its mouth resembles peace, and the ancient Greeks attributed the olive branch to symbolize abundance, as well as having the ability to drive away evil spirits. There's so much history and meaning to the name Olive, even though it literally just comes from the olive tree. So not only do I love what it symbolizes, but I think it's just a cute, quirky, and fun name. Next up, I have a super rare name. It comes in place at 16,099, and that name is Zilla. Obviously, Z names are a bit less common, but I think this one, it's not very complicated, so I think you could definitely pull it off. And Zilla is briefly mentioned in the Old Testament, and it means shade in Hebrew. I really like that metaphorical idea of shade, of finding a place to rest in the sun. I kind of love how you could transpose that concept on the idea of a woman being someone who is a place of refuge for people to come, to listen to come out from the heat under. Does that make sense at all? I just personally really like that idea. I think it's beautiful. Next name I love so much. This name is Sayla. You could say Sayla, you could say Sayla, but you see this word all throughout the Psalms. If you read the Psalms, lots of times you'll see it right after a psalm and it will say Sayla. Reading online, it's not completely clear what the meaning of it means or why they used it. Lots of people thought it was kind of a musical notation. Some people think it means forever, like after you read the psalm and it kind of is like a declaration of forever after you read the psalm. So kind of like an exclamation. I also read that it could mean sprout, mission, or sending. I also read that it could mean peace through faith. And for a girl's name, this comes in at 16,099. That means Zilla cannot be right. I got it wrong. Okay, I'm very confused. When I Google both Sayla and Zilla, they both come up at 16,099. So I'll try and correct it when I edit it, but I personally know 2 Saylas, so I'd be surprised if it's that rare, but we will see after I do some further investigation. But personally, Sayla has been one of my favorites and high up on my list. Next up, there are various pronunciations of this word. I'm not totally sure. You spell it C-H-A-Y-A. I have read that you can pronounce it Haya, Kaya, or Chea. I'm sure there are even other ways, but it means life or living, and it ranks at 2,904. If I used it, I think I would pronounce it Kaya. I think that is such a cute name. If you have seen my other baby name videos, I have had similar names to this on my list, like Kira, Kiana. I know there are others as well, but I really personally like Kaya. I think that is so pretty, and I have never heard of that one before. Next up is Hvala, and Hvala is land near the Garden of Eden, and it means circular in Hebrew. I feel like here in America, this one definitely sounds a bit different, but I still think it's really pretty and still easy to pronounce and understand. And you could do some fun nicknames with it, like Havi or Havi or Vila. Some sources say it also means stretch of sand because of the place that it was. Okay, I think the mystery is solved because on babycenter.com, this one ranks again at 16,099. So I'm pretty sure this record maxes out. So these names that rank at this point are super rare, and I'm pretty sure names that are further down on the list just don't compute. So I'm guessing that's what happened. So these are extremely unpopular names in the US. Okay, this other one has been on my list before, and in the Bible, Arielle means Lion of God. I love that. I mean, that is such a powerful name. Ariel, okay, so you could say Ariel and spell it like the mermaid Ariel. If you spell it that way, it ranks at 154, so it's not super rare, but it's not in the top 100. But when I was pregnant with my first daughter, I really was considering this name, and I wanted it to be spelled like Arielle, so A-R-I-E-L-L-E. Again, it has such elegance to it, and obviously I named my daughter Elia, so a lot of these are kind of in that family of that name. Okay, and the next one I just stumbled across, and I like this one so much. I've never heard of this, but I think it's absolutely beautiful, and that name is Mariah. Oh my gosh, like I said, I like the name Mariah. I will strongly consider this for my next daughter if God blesses us with more children. And it has a great meaning too. It means God is my light or my light. And it ranks in at 12,449. There are 2 different spellings I'm seeing of it. One more like Mariah, where it's N-E-R-I-A-H, or with the Y. So N-E-R-I-Y-A, Nariah. I think the one with the Y is more in line with the Hebrew name, but I think if you spell it with the I-A-H, it will be more easy for people to understand and to recognize. But you could use the nickname Neri, which I've never heard of. That's super cute. Kind of like Mary, but Neri, I guess. It just sounds so feminine and slightly exotic and super beautiful. But that is my list of unique biblical Hebrew-based baby girl names. I really hope that you liked it. Let me know your favorite on this list, and let me know if you know of any less common biblical baby girl names down below in the comments. I would truly love to know your ideas. I have gone through lots of lists, and from what I can find out there, these are my favorites right now. There are more popular biblical names that I like as well, but I thought it would be more fun to focus on the less common ones because I know I would gravitate more towards this list personally if I was having a child. But if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and definitely go check out my other baby name videos down below. I really think you'll like them if you like the names that I shared with you on this list today. And if you want to be encouraged with more content about this, I have a bunch of videos on preparing for a natural childbirth as well, and even more coming out soon. So if you're interested in that or just need some more encouragement in your life, I would absolutely love to have you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day because you're absolutely worth it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.